combine under different types of loading. Okay, so this would be the last part. Okay, so the first one is pure torsion, and then you'll have your pure bending, and then yung combined. So this time, variable combined. Okay, so again, when we say you have your the combined loads, okay, so the combined loads would mean torsion and bending parehas po siya na available. Okay? So again, yung torsion, indicator ng torsion is the power that is being transmitted. Okay? What about yung bending naman? It is the presence of your gear or pulley loaded to your shaft. Okay? So yun naman po yung para sa bending. And then when you say variable, so these are the types of variable stress. So that can be fluctuating, it can be repeated, and it can be reversed. Okay? So ibig sabihin, the torsional load that you apply to the member, that is varying. Okay? So nagbabago. Same thing with your bending load. Okay? So yan po yung ibig sabihin kapag yung shaft is under variable combined loads. And then you simply recall po yung variable stress analysis natin. Okay? When you say the variable stress analysis, you can come up with your sigma M, okay, and your sigma A. Okay? Same thing with your tau M at saka po yung tau A. Okay? So, ibig sabihin po niyan, yung M, subscript M, would mean the mean or the average. So, you simply have a look on the maximum and the minimum values, okay? You add them, and then the average, yun yung M na subscript po dito. Yun namang A is the alternating or the range. It would be the difference between the maximum and the minimum value, then divided by 2. Okay? So, yan po ay gagamitin ulit natin dito. Okay? So, since it deals with a variable combined load. Okay? So, again, ang pipiliin lang po natin kung gaano man kadami yung torsional na naka-apply or your bending, kukunin lang po natin our maximum and minimum values. Okay? So, yun lang po yung tatandaan natin. Okay. So, ang gagawin po natin dito, okay, you have here for the variable combined loads, we have the equation, okay, the inclusion of your KF, okay, is again, and KFS, yan, ari po, as our factor, okay? So, we have here the values of this KF and KFS, they are to be taken from table 8013. Okay? So, you use table 8013. Okay? Ito po yung nandun sa design tables po natin. Okay? For your table 8013, you come up with the value of KF and KFS. Yun pong nakalagay doon na bending. Okay? Yan po yung KF. Okay? At yung torsion po, yan po yung value ng KFS. Okay? So, this will take care po of the keyway effect. Okay? So, you have there the different types of keyway. You have there the profile keyway and the sled runner keyway. Okay? So, ito po yung illustration. This is the profile keyway. So, almost parang rectangular siya. And then, the sled runner keyway, ito naman, medyo circular po yung kabilang dulo, naka-curve. Okay? So, this is the sled runner keyway. So, if you are looking for the value of KF, di rin lang po yun. Okay? Yung pong nasa hanay ng bending. At yun naman pong KFS, yun pong nasa hanay ng torsion. Okay? So, you look at these two values. So, meron pong dalawa. Ang isa po ay para sa annealed material, and then the other one ay doon sa hardened. Okay? So, ang gagawin po dyan, so you simply look at the given material. Okay? If the given material is annealed, then you make use of this. Okay? Kung ano naman po, kung hardened, so dito. Paano po kung hindi? Okay? Paano po kung wala doon sa dalawa? So, ang gagawin nyo po is simply you compare the two, and whichever is higher, then that would be used as your value of KF and KFS. Okay? And looking at this po, okay, and looking at this, alin po ba yung mas maltaas yung value? It would be doon sa hardened. Okay? So most probably, ito po yung gagamitin natin. Okay? Kung hindi po, wala doon sa dalawang classification po, yun pong ating um, material na binigay. Okay, now, you have here the profile keyway and the sled runner keyway. Okay, so for the profile keyway and sled runner, you look again at the given problem and then see what type of keyway is being given. Okay, so yun lang po yung ano natin. And kung wala pong nabanggit as to the type, okay, as to the type of the keyway, then you assume, alin po ang assumption natin? It would be the profile keyway. Okay? So, yan po naman yung assumption natin. Again, you take note of those design considerations po para matatandaan po natin. Okay? So, kapag kind of keyway wala, you assume profile keyway. Okay? Kapag po naman yung material, okay, ang pipiliin po natin, you compare the two, okay, either annealed or hardened, whichever is higher, then that is to be used po. Okay? Nakuha po ba? Hello? Nasundan? Okay.
Yes.
So, for, in general, okay, so in general po, for the variable or the shaft under variable combined loads, okay, we will be using here what we call the equivalent stress theory. Okay, the equivalent stress theory po. So, yung equivalent stress theory, wait, hanap lang ako ng space. Okay. So, ang ginagamit po natin kapag po variable combined, ang tawag po doon is the equivalent stress theory. So, equivalent stress po ang gagamitin natin, okay, as our equation, okay, to solve for this kind of loading on a shaft, okay. So, this is simply equal to 1 over Fs is equal to the square root of, okay, sigma E over sigma N quantity squared plus you have there tau E over tau N quantity squared. Okay? So, yung sigma po, this will take care of the bending and yung tau po, this will be for your torsion. Kasi nga sabi natin, they are combined. Okay? Ari din po yan. Ito, nakasulat din po yan dito. Ari po yan. Okay, and nakalagay lang doon, this is squared. So, if you take that on the other side, then that would be the square root po. Okay? So, ito po yun. Okay? So, you have here the equivalent stress theory. Okay? 1 over Fs square root of sigma E over sigma N quantity squared plus tau E over tau N quantity squared. Again, yung sigma po, that will be for the bending, okay? And yung tau, that would be for the torsion, okay? Now, what would be the value of yung sigma E, okay? Yung pong sigma E, yan po yung tinatawag natin as the equivalent bending stress, okay? That's the equivalent bending stress. And this one naman po, yung tau E, is the equivalent shear stress, okay? Okay, and what would be the value of the two for you to solve po yung atin po na values, okay? So, what would be the value? So, we have first yung sigma E po natin. This is simply equal to the quantity sigma N over sigma Y times sigma M, okay? Plus KF times your, isip pa lang. KF times your sigma A. Okay, likewise, kapag po siya ay tau E, then that would be equal to your tau N over tau Y times tau M plus KFS tau A. Okay? So, same lang po yung equation po natin. Okay? Lahat lang po ng sigma, papalitan po natin ng tau. Okay? So, this is your equivalent normal stress or bending stress. And this one is the equivalent, okay, shear stress, okay? So, for the values of those, okay, so yung sigma y that is taken from our table of properties, tau y is simply 0.6 of sigma y, okay? Yung kf, yun yung binigay ko po kanina dito, okay, yan. So, this is bending ang kf, yung kfs, yun po yung torsion, okay? So, doon po siya kukuhanin from table 8013. Yan. Okay? Table 8013. And then, what about po yung sigma n, okay? At saka tau n. Okay? So, the same thing po, sigma n and tau n would be your endurance strength. Okay? So, what would be our equation for the endurance strength? So, ang gagamitin po natin doon ay yung ginamit din natin on a variable stress analysis. Okay? Where yung sigma n po, ang hanapin nyo po yung equation is yung para sa torsion and bending. Okay? Yung torsion and bending. Okay? Nakalagay po doon sa dati nating notes, nakalagay ay rotating bending. So, what is the equation for rotating bending? That would be equal to 0.8 sigma prime n times the surface factor times the size factor. Okay? So, yan po yun. Yan po yung rotating bending. Kasi pinagsama natin yung torsion tsaka po bending. And for the tau n, parehas lang po yung equation, only that this 0.8, you use 0.6. Sigma prime n, surface factor times the size factor. Okay? O, tanong ko ulit naman. Ano nga ulit yung sigma prime n? If you could recall, doon sa atin po na variable stress analysis. Ano yung sigma prime n? Miss Miss Catherine. Ano nga ulit yung sigma prime n? Hello, Miss Catherine. Mahina inay. Pasuya ako. Laksan mo ng kaon.
Wait lang po. Hello po. Naririnig na po.
Okay na, okay na.
Sigma
So, what
prime
is
n
sigma
po.
prime?
Tama po.
Yes. What is sigma prime n?
Endurance strength po.
Endurance.
Endurance limit po pala.
Endurance limit. Okay, so that is correct. Endurance limit. When you say sigma n, that's endurance strength. When sigma prime n, you call that the endurance limit. Okay? And the endurance limit, that is dependent on the type of material. Okay? So may kanya-kanya po yung equation. Say 0.5 of sigma u or 0.4 of sigma u, dependent upon the type of material. Okay? So, pakitingnan nyo na lang po ulit kung ano yung mga equations involved natin for sigma prime n. And there are cases that it is dependent also on the BHN value, the Brinell hardness number. Okay? So, try to check again yung equations po natin for sigma prime n. Okay? What about naman po yung surface factor? Okay? Yung surface factor naman, saan po natin yan makukuha? John Limwell. If you could recall, saan natin, anong particular table or figure makukuha yung surface factor?
Figure 8.5 po.
Okay, correct. That would come from your figure AF5. Okay, so you have to see there po yung value ng iyong sigma U and also yung type ng surface. So kapag hindi po again nabanggit yung type ng surface, then you assume machine. Okay, so yun po ang gagamitin natin. And then, what about the size factor? Ano naman ang gagamitin natin size factor? James. James? Hello? Hindi kita naririnig, James. Ano yung size factor?
Narinig na po.
Okay.
Ano po, yung size factor po assume 0.5 po. 0.85 po.
Anong ibig sabihin ng 0.85? Yes.
Pag nasa range po ng 0.5 to 2, yung assumption po is stay. Tapos po pag hindi po, assume po na recompute po.
Okay, so for the size factor, you will initially use 0.85. Okay, again, the size factor of 0.85 is to be used when size ranges from 0.5 up to 2 inches. Okay, so if your answer happens to be on that range, then we say tama yung ginamit natin na size factor na 0.85. But in the event na yung answer natin is not within the range, then ibig sabihin, you have to recompute using a different size factor. Okay? And in recomputing, you will have your size factor now be equal to 1. Okay? So yun pa rin naman yung ruling natin on the values of this sigma n and tau n. Okay? But then take note that this equation, okay, these two equations, these are valid only for the indefinite life. Okay, so indefinite life po yan. So kapag po again, naging definite life po, ang gagawin natin, okay, sa halip na sigma prime n, okay, papalitan natin siya ng sigma n1. Okay, so sigma n1 po yung ipapalit natin kung ang binigay na sa atin is a definite life. Okay? Yung indicator po natin ng definite life is when you are given the number of cycles or number of repetitions. Okay? So, yun po yung indicator ng definite life. And for the equations of sigma n1, yun pa rin pong dati natin ginamit, yun pa rin po yung gagamitin natin dito. Okay? Which is a function of your NC, which is called your number of cycles. Okay? So you have there two equations of your sigma n1. One in terms of the antilog, tapos yung isa yung maikli lang na equation. You have to solve both and then piliin lang po doon sa dalawa kung alin yung mas appropriate na gamitin. Okay? So, pakibalikan nyo po yung lecture po natin dati doon. Okay? Kasi kailangan ulit natin siya dito. Again, that would be your endurance strength. Okay? Sigma n and tau n. So, yun po yung isa-substitute natin dito. Okay? Now, what about naman po yung sigma m at saka yung tau m? Okay? So, sigma m, tau m, sigma a, and tau a. So, that is again dependent on the maximum and the minimum values. Okay? So, kapag sigma m po, okay, so your sigma m, that would be the maximum plus the minimum divided by 2. And your sigma a, that would be the difference. Maximum minus minimum divided by 2. Okay? Kapag naman po tau, ganun din. So, tau m is tau max plus tau minimum divided by 2. And your tau a is tau maximum minus tau minimum divided by 2. Okay? So, these are the general equations and this applies also to yung fluctuating stress natin. Okay? Kapag po repeated, kapag reverse, so meron siyang kanya ding value. Again, anong halimbawa? Kapag po siya ay reverse stress, ano ba yung value natin? Kapag reverse stress, yung M po, sigma M and tau M would be equal to 0. Okay? And your tau A and tau max would be, tau A and tau sigma A would be equal to the maximum divided by 2. Okay? Or equal to sigma maximum. Okay? Kapag po naman siya ay repeated, the two are equal, yung M at saka yung A, they are equal and that would be equal to the maximum divided by 2. So, naka-apply pa rin po yun or gagamitin pa rin po natin yon dito. Okay, on this type of shaft under variable combined loads. Okay, ang question lang is, how do you obtain value of sigma maximum, sigma minimum, tau max, and tau min? Again, yung kung ating sigma, this will speak for the bending. Okay? At yung tau naman po will be for the torsion. Kasi combine nga yung dalawa. Okay? So, bending plus your torsion. So, yung sigma, yung para sa bending, yung to, yung para sa torsion. Okay? So, siya po yun. Ito po yung bending, ito yung torsion. Kaya, pag ginamit mo yung equivalent stress theory, medyo mahaba yung equation niya. Okay? Kasi, parang nagsasolve ka ng bending, tapos merong kabilang side na torsion, tapos saka mo pa siya pagsasamahin. Diba yung dati, sabi natin, ay kapag sigma lang, kapag tau lang. Pero dito, this time, magkasama po sila. Okay? Yan. So, pero, ginagawa mo po siya, sinusolve mo po siya, parang individually muna. Ari muna, lahat muna siya ng sigma. Tapos ito naman, lahat naman siya ng tau. Okay, bago dito lang sa isang equation, to the equivalent stress theory, dito mo lang siya pagsasamahin. Okay? So, this one would be for bending at itong tau sa torsion. So, you recall equation for bending, for shaft. Okay? Ano ba yung equation natin for bending? Sigma is equal to 32m over pi d cubed times the hollow factor, 1 over 1 minus a to the fourth. Okay? So, if you want their sigma max, then that would be 32m max. Okay? And if you want sigma minimum, then that would be 32m minimum over pi d cubed times 1 over 1 minus a to the fourth. Okay? So, ito po yung sigma maximum at sigma minimum natin. Okay? Whereas dito naman po, you recall equation for the torsion. Tau is 16t over pi d cubed times hollow factor. Okay? So, if I want here tau max, then I'll be using here t max. Okay? And your tau minimum would be equal to 16t minimum over pi d cubed times 1 over 1 minus a to the fourth. So, ito naman po yung gagamitin natin para ma-obtain mo yung tau m at saka tau a. Okay? So, yan po yung dalawang equations. Okay? Hindi ka na po katulad dati na pipili alimbang sigma yung aking gagamitin. Okay? Ito po ay naka-fix na dito sa equations po na ito. Okay? Ang magbavary lang po dyan is if it's solid or hollow. So, kung hollow, indicate po ito. Kung solid naman po, edi eliminate mo lang ito. Ito lang yung magiging equation po natin. Okay? Now, saan po manggagaling yung T-max and T-minimum? So, yun po ulit. You follow ulit yung sequence natin from power. You solve for torque. Okay? Once you know yung torque, you solve for the bending load. Okay? This is the bending load, FB. And then from the bending load, you solve for M. Okay? The maximum moment. Okay? So, power, torque, FB, M. Okay? So, from maximum power, okay, you'll obtain the maximum torque, you'll have the maximum bending load, and using a shear and moment diagram, you obtain maximum moment. Okay, yan. At kapag po naman siya ay given minimum power, you'll obtain P minimum, you'll have bending load, we call it the minimum bending load, and then you'll have the minimum value of the moment. Okay? Actually, M minimum po, that is maximum moment then. Okay? Hindi po pag tayo gumagawa ng shear and moment diagram, ang lagi po kinukuha natin ay maximum moment. Okay? Ang tawag lang po natin dito is M minimum kasi yung source po natin ay nanggaling sa minimum value of moment. Okay? Kaya ang tawag mo lang ay M minimum. But then actually, it's a maximum moment also. Okay? So ito po lang yung ipa-follow nyo. But procedural naman po yung solution natin dito. Kaya lang medyo mahaba lang yung magiging solution. Okay? So ito muna po ang uunahin nyo yan. Okay? And then from this, using T max, T minimum, M max, M minimum, kukuha ka po nito. Sigma max, sigma minimum, tau max, tau minimum. Okay? Yan. Tapos, kapag nakuha mo po ito, maximum minimum, tsaka mo po isusunod yung sigma M, sigma A, tau M, tau A. Okay? And then after po noon, okay, tsaka mo siya isa-substitute dito. Yan. Okay, ito po yun. Tapos, kukunin mo pa yung ibang factors po nito. And then, yan po yung magbibigay sa inyo ng sigma E and tau E, the equivalent stresses. Okay? Equivalent bending stress, equivalent shear stress, to be substituted to your equivalent stress equation. 1 over Fs equal to square root of sigma E over sigma N quantity squared plus tau E over tau N quantity squared. Okay? Yan. So, ito po yung general equation natin gagamitin siya. Okay? So, magpabalik lang. Kasi nagsimula tayo din sa pinakaunang data. Okay? Tapos, pabalik to be substituted to your equivalent stress equation. Okay? Now, minsan po sa ibang books, sa ibang form nyo siya makikita. Minsan, ang nakalagay po is 1 over Fs equal to sigma E over sigma N quantity squared plus tau E over tau N quantity squared and then the whole thing raised to 1/2. Okay? So, parehas lang din po yan. Okay? Parehas lang din po. Okay? Question po ba? Hello? May question po? Yan. Okay. Yun po tayo sa mahaba yung solution. Yun po. Yan, ari po. Din po tayo. Yan. So, a shaft is the turn speed power varying from 300 to 200 HP. And then back to 300 HP at the speed of 500 RPM. The power will be received by a 30-inch bar gear at a point A and will be delivered by a 15-inch gear at point C. Use C1030 as rolled shaft material and factor of safety equal to 2. You find the shaft diameter. Okay? So you look at the illustration here. Okay? So this is our shaft. And then it is loaded with 2 gears. Okay? So this is your gear A, and this is your gear C. Okay, so gear A and this is gear C. And then at point B, there is a bearing, same thing with at point B. So at the bearings, you have the corresponding reactions. You call it the reactions at B, or you can call it as FB. So dito naman po, you can call it as FD. Pwede din gamitin yung IR. Reaction at B, reaction at point B. Pwede din naman na F. Okay? Kahit po alin, pwede. And now, this one, okay, on the gear and or the pulley, lagi sabi natin, that's the indicator that there is a bending load. Okay? So, ang bending load dito is your FA. Tapos, yung bending load doon sa isang gear, that would be your value of FC. Okay? So, you go back doon sa problem and then tingnan natin why is it then called as the shaft under varying combined load. Okay? So, unang-una, paano po nalaman na varying? Okay? You look at the power. Okay? from 300 to 200 and back to 300 HP. So alam na po natin na nagva-vary ang power. Okay? So you identify the maximum and the minimum power. Okay? So 300 HP and then 200 HP. So malinaw po doon na varying. Okay? So varying load. Sunod, paano po nalaman na combined? Okay? Paano po nalaman na combined? Okay? From the given power, so sabi natin, along with power is the torque. Okay? So may torsion. Okay? Tapos nakita mo, meron po din ng mga gears. So therefore, meron ding bending. Kaya combined torsion tsaka po bending yan. Okay? So that is how you analyze yung problem po natin. Okay? So this is under combined torsion and bending, and at the same time, ano yan, varying. Okay? So varying combined load. Okay? Now, ano pa? Let us now identify yung other given. Okay? So we have N is 500 RPM. Yung DA at DC, these are the diameters of your gears. Okay? Diameter ng gear A is 30 inches. Diameter ng gear C is 50 inches. Okay? So those are the given values aside from the dimensions here. Okay? Yung length po. From A to B, that would be 8 inches. B to C is 12 inches. And then C to D, okay, is another 8 inches. Okay? So yan po yung mga values po natin ng length. Okay? So, what is then the requirement? Okay? So, the requirement is that you make use of C1030 as rolled shaft material and using a factor of safety equal to 2, what would be the diameter of the shaft? So, you are looking for this diameter. Okay? So, gamitin po natin as letter D. Okay? Now, wala pong given dito as a diameter ratio K. So, ibig sabihin that the shaft is solid. Okay? So, let us then solve. So, for you identify the given material specification is C1030 as rolled, and using table 87, kindly check po, sigma U is 80 KSI and sigma Y is equal to 15 KSI. And you also look for the BHN value since we will be using it to solve for your endurance limit. Okay, kaya need mo po yung BHN. So, BHN equal to 179. Okay, kindly check out these values po from your table 87. Now, for the factor of safety, okay, you have their factor of safety equal to 2 given. And then, doon po sa parte ng factor of safety, dyan po natin ngayon idadagdag yung KF at saka po yung KFS. Okay, KF and KFS. AFS. Okay? So, we have their table 8013, page 21. Okay? Doon po sa kaninang pinakita ko na table 8013. So, makikita nyo po doon, balik pa lang ha. Yan, makikita nyo po doon is again, yung KF, KFS, for a profile and a sled runner keyway. And then you have their annealed and hardened. Maliwanag po yung sinabi po kanina, okay? So we have there, sabi po kanina is, kapag wala doon sa dalawa, okay, pupiliin mo yung mas mataas yung value. So we have there, yung mas mataas po na value ang pipiliin po natin. Yan. So you have there po, KF and KFS is equal to 2 and 1.6. Okay? Nakita mo ba? This is assuming a hardened and profile keyway. Okay? Assuming hardened and profile keyway, you obtain KF is equal to 2 and KFS is equal to 1.6. Nakuha po? Hello? Okay, so doon po natin isasama yung KF at KFS value on your factor of safety. So aside from FS, ay isasama po natin to. Okay? Now, we go with the design stress. Okay? So since variable combined, you use the equivalent stress equation. Ito po yun. 1 over Fs equal to the square root of sigma E over sigma N quantity squared plus tau E over tau N quantity squared. Okay? And then, ang gawin nyo po, isa-isahin nyo po muna ito. Okay? Katulad po ng minention ko kanina, from the power, okay? From power, you solve for the torque. From the torque, you solve for the bending load. From the bending load, you obtain the maximum moment. Okay? So, ito po yung gagamitin natin. Okay? Yan. Para po maka-arrive tayo dito sa huli. Okay? So, ito po gagamitin natin to solve for the corresponding stresses. Okay? So, yung inuna po dito is yung maximum power. Okay? So, given maximum power of 300 HP, so from power formula, Tn over 63025, you use the maximum power 300 HP, okay, times 63025, then divided by N as the, thank you, speed RPM. Okay, so we have there the value of your T maximum. Okay, in keep in. So you divide the value by 1,000, you arrive at 37.815 keep in. Okay, so yan po yung T max. So ito po yun. So sundin po natin to have power, torque. Okay, since ang ginamit natin ay maximum power, so maximum torque po yung nakuha natin. And then from the maximum torque, anong isusunod? You solve for the bending load. Okay? So maximum bending load din. Tapos shear and moment diagram for M maximum. Okay? So from torque, okay, you recall torque is equal to force times the radius. Okay? This would be the bending load and this would be the radius of the gear. So if you will be using, okay, yung T max, okay, yung F would be torque divided by radius of gear A. Okay? So, A muna po. Dalawa po kasi yung gear natin na ginamit dito. Merong A at saka gear C. Okay? Yan. So, dalawa ang makukuha nating bending loads. So, we have, ito po para sa gear A, F over, F is equal to torque over the radius. Okay? So, ang radius po ng gear A is 15 inches. So, you have there the same T maximum. You arrive at this FA maximum. Okay? Then you have here your gear C. This time, yun naman pong kanyang diameter is 15 inches. So, half of it is 7.5. You use the same torque po kasi iisa lang siyang shaft. Okay? So, the same torque. Magkaiba lang yung radius nila. So, you'll have FC maximum equal to 5.042 kips. Okay? So, ito po ngayon yung mga bending loads po natin. Okay? So, if you will be drawing yung atin na shaft, ano po ulit meron dito? So, ito po yung FA, ito po yung FB, yung reaction po sa support or dun sa bearing. You have here po your FC, and then reaction on another bearing is FD. Okay? So, ang nakuha po natin dito is FA max, FC max. So, FA max, FC maximum. Yan po yung i-substitute nyo doon. Ari po yung FB max, FD maximum. So, using this loading po, yan po yung gagawan mo ng shear and moment diagram. Pero bago ka makagawa ng shear and moment diagram, edi necessary you obtain first what would be the value of FB and FD maximum. Okay, so you can have the values for these two using our equations of equilibrium. Okay, so ito po yung ginamit dyan. Summation at moment sa D, so you can obtain FB maximum. Okay? O yan. Yan po yung FB maximum, yan po yung RB dito. Yan. So, 5.5462 kips. And then, ang kasunod naman po, you can take summation of forces Y to obtain FB maximum. Okay? So, ito naman po yun. You come up with your RD. Okay, pataas, positive, pababa ay negative na force. Kaya, you come up with this. So, kumpleto na po siya ngayon. Okay? So, kumpleto na po siya ngayon. Ilagay lang po yung mga distances dito. Then, you can have your shear and moment diagram. Wala ka pong choice doon kasi on table 82, wala ka na pong ganito na katulad. Okay? Kaya wala ka pong choice kundi maggawa ng shear and moment diagram. Nakuha po ba? Hello? Nasusundan pa ba ako? Hello? Yan. Okay? Yan. So, you have now, okay, so ito po yung RD natin. Ayan. So, ito po yung gagawin mong shear and moment diagram. Okay, ito po yung FA mo. Ayan, FA. So, ang gagamitin is FA maximum. Okay, RB maximum. Ari po yung FC maximum. At ari po yung RD maximum. Okay? So, ito po yung igagawa mo ng shear and moment diagram. So, you may use the semi-graphical method. Tapos, ito po yung kanyang naging value. So, alin po yung kukunin natin dyan? This is your shear diagram. This is your moment diagram. So, ang kukunin mo po dyan would be the maximum moment. Okay? So, ang tawag mo po doon is Mmax. 20.168 kip inch. Okay? So, ari po yung iyong M maximum. Okay? Tapos, ganun din po. The same thing yung gagawin mo sa P minimum. You use the P minimum power. Anong minimum power na given sa atin? That would be equal to 200 HP. So, same procedure po. Power, torque, tapos bending load, tapos po yung moment. Okay? So, ang gagamitin mo lang ngayon, lahat ay para sa minimum. Okay? Value ng power. So, using minimum value of power, okay, and the power formula, Tn over 63025, you arrive at minimum torque of 25.2, okay, kip inch. And then from torque, bending load ulit, okay? From torque is equal to bending load times the radius of the gear. So you'll have, again, dalawa ulit value. So yung FA minimum, this is for gear A. At ano naman po yung para sa gear C. That would be force is torque over the radius. Okay? Ang gagamitin lang natin ngayon ay minimum torque. Okay? Kaya ang nakuha nating bending loads are all minimum values also. Okay? So, FA and this is FC. Okay? O, kapag po may FA, may FC na, hindi gagawa ka ulit ng shear and moment diagram. O, ari po yung FA, ari po yung RB or FB, ari po yung FC, tapos ari po yung reaction at point D. So, ang gagamitin po, lahat ay minimum. Kasi ang ginamit natin ay minimum power. Okay? Yan. So, ito po FAFC. Again, you have to solve for these two using your equations of equilibrium. Okay? Kaya meron ka din ng RB using moments at point D. And then, using summation of forces, you arrive at value of RD. Okay? Tapos, gawa ulit ng shear and moment diagram. Anong tawag din eh? This is your FA minimum, RB minimum, FC minimum, and RD minimum. Okay? Same halos din yung magiging shear and moment diagram niya, iba lang yung values. And again, you look for the maximum moment. But then this time, ang tawag po natin is M minimum. Okay? Why M minimum? Okay? Kasi, actually, it's a maximum moment pa din. Ang tawag lang ay M minimum dahil ang ginamit nating bending loads dito comes from the minimum value of power. Kaya M minimum ang tawag. Okay? Pero siya ay maximum moment pa rin. Okay? So, wag tayo malilito. Baka kasi sabihin nyo, yung M minimum would be always be equal to 0. No. Okay? Again, it's a maximum moment considering only the minimum value of power and the bending loads. Kaya ang naging tawag sa kanya is M minimum. So, yung maximum minimum, yan po yung gagamitin natin ngayon. Okay? So, ang kailangan mo dito, okay, after po makuha mo yon is yung T max, okay, yung T minimum, yung M max, at saka yung M minimum. Okay? Why? Kasi ito pong dalawa gagamitin mo para dito po gagamitin mo yan for tau max. Okay? Ito po for tau minimum. Ito po naman para sa sigma max at ari po para sa sigma minimum. Okay? And these two po, okay, gagamitin mo yan for your tau A and tau M. Okay? Ito naman pong dalawa, gagamitin mo for sigma A and sigma M. Okay? So, yan po yung gamit niya. And the sigma A, sigma M, okay, along with other pa po, yan naman yung isa-substitute mo to your sigma E. Sorry, this is tau E. And this one is to your sigma E. Okay? So, balikan po natin yung equation natin kanina. This is the equivalent stress equation. 1 over Fs equal to square root of sigma E over sigma N quantity squared plus tau E over tau N quantity squared. Okay? Where your sigma E equal po din yan. Sigma N over sigma Y times sigma M plus Kf sigma A. And yung isa naman po, yung tau E natin, the same equation po siya. Yan. Lahat lang in terms of yung tau. Okay? So, huwag niyo muna po aring tingnan. I'll let you solve first for using the values po. Hanapin niyo muna po yung tau max, tau minimum, sigma max, sigma minimum. Okay? O tapos, kunin nyo din yung A at saka M. Alternating at saka yung kanyang value ng M. Okay? O you try to solve it first po. Huwag nyo muna tignan aring substitution dito. So, ari lang po yung sundin nyo. Itong nilagay ko dito. So, you get the value of T max, T minimum, okay, M max, M minimum. Then you solve for this. Saka hanggang din po. Okay, hanggang din lang muna po. Wala pa po aring sigma E at saka tau E. Okay, hanggang din lang. Tau A, tau M, sigma A, sigma M. Okay, so alin ang kukunin mo? Aring 4, tapos ito po. Bali 8. Okay, ito, iyon, ito. Yan, bali 8 po. Okay, so you solve it first. Hello? Nagawa niyo ga pa? Hello? Okay, let us then continue. Okay? So once you have obtained value of your tau max, tau minimum, ang gagamitin lang po din yung 16t over pi d cube. Wala po yung hollow factor kasi siya ay solid. Okay? So ang magiging equation mo po ng tau max and tau minimum is in terms of the diameter. Okay? Yung sigma naman po, you'll use 32m over pi d cube. So, in terms of diameter din po. Okay? And then, from this, okay, you obtain both. Saglit lang po, saglit. Okay, so you have there, okay, tau max, tau minimum, sigma max, sigma minimum. Okay, and then after, tsaka po yung tau A, tau M, sigma A, sigma M. Okay? Tapos, okay? So, let us find yung value ng other factors. Okay? So, you have there yung sigma E, okay, the equivalent bending stress, sigma N, sigma Y times sigma M plus KF, sigma A. So, you have here equation of your sigma N for rotating bending. 0.8 sigma prime N surface factor times the size factor. Where sigma prime N is 0.5 of sigma U, since the BHN value, okay, is less than 400. Okay, so 0.5, 80 KSI, you arrive at 40. And then, assume machine, then the surface factor equal to 0.85. And the size factor is 0.85. That is if you are anticipating that the diameter would be on a range of 0.5 up to 2 inches. Okay? So, you'll arrive now at sigma n value 0.8. This is sigma prime n, surface factor, size factor. So, you arrive at this value of sigma n. Okay? For sigma m, yan, ito na po yung pinagawa ko sa inyo kanina. Okay? Maximum plus minimum over 2, ito yon. Yan. Yung sinasabi ko kanina, over d cube. Okay? Over d cube. So, you'll arrive at sigma m equal to this. And this is your sigma A. Okay? So, maximum, minimum, and then over 2. And then, substituting these values to your sigma E equation, and yung KF po kanina, okay, you'll arrive at this, sigma E. Okay, in terms of the D cube. Likewise, doon naman sa tau E, equivalent shear stress, the same equation po, lahat po papalitan mo lang siya ng tau. Okay? So for tau N, that is 0.6 sigma prime N surface factor, size factor. Yung lahat po ng ginamit nyo doon kanina, the same lang po yun. Baka naman po mamaya, nag-iba pa yung tingin nyo doon sa surface factor from figure AF5. So dapat po parehas na po yun. Okay? Yan. So parehas ng surface factor, parehas ng size factor. Yung tau N, you need to solve. Same thing with your sigma prime N. Pare-parehas po yun. Okay? Doon sa kanina, na ginamit. So, you'll arrive now at tau N 17.34 KSI. And then you solve for tau M and tau A. Ito po yung pinagawa ko sa inyo kanina. Okay? So, maximum and minimum values over 2. Okay? Ari po ay, mali po ari isa. This should be tau max. Ari po ay tau minimum. Okay? Yan. So, you'll arrive at this value ang tau M. Ari po yung value ng tau A. Isa-substitute po to the equivalent stress equation. Okay? Tau N over tau Y. Ari po ay 0.6 of sigma Y. Okay? Times tau M plus, yan. So, in terms of dQ. So, ari po ngayon yung need natin. Yung tau E at saka po ito pong sigma E. Yan. Both po in over dQ. So, using the equivalent stress theory equation, 1 over Fs equal to square root of sigma E over sigma N quantity squared plus tau E over tau N quantity squared. So, dito mo po siya ngayon isa-substitute along with your sigma N and tau N. Okay? Yung nasolve nyo po kaninang sigma N and tau N. Ari po yung over d cube. Okay? Nandun po siya sa sigma E at tau E. So, doon mo po makukuha yung ating dimension. Okay? And then, you need to simplify this po. Okay? Naka-square po yan. Tapos, tsaka mo ba gagawin na square root. Pwede po, aring square root po na are, ay ano mo po, i-transpose po to the other side. Okay? So, pwede pong are, ilagay mo dun sa kabila. Okay? And then you'll arrive at this diameter. And you look at your diameter na na-obtain. 2.75 inches. Okay? Or say, this is 2 3/4 of an inch. Okay? 2 3/4 of an inch. And you go back to your size range. Ano ba yung size range natin? Ito po yun. 0.85, anticipating na 0.5 up to 2 inches na ang ating size range. And you look at your answer. Okay? Yung answer po natin is 2 3/4, which is beyond the size range. Okay? Kaya anong gagawin? Okay? You need to recompute. Okay? So, you need to recompute using a different size factor. Okay? So, this time, size factor should be equal to 1. Okay? So, alin lang po ang maaapektuhan pag nag-recompute po tayo? Okay? Alin yung maaapektuhan? It would be the value of your sigma n. Okay? But then, hindi po ari lang, yung sigma n lang na yon at tau n lang yung affected. Okay? Halos lahat. Kasi yung sigma e and tau e mo, these are also functions of your sigma n yan. Okay? Nandun din po yun. Para sa sigma e, may sigma n. Ganon din doon sa tau e. Okay? Kaya, mababago din po yan. But then, all others po na ito, hindi na po siya affected. The size factor is simply on sigma n. Okay? Kaya, pag nag-recompute po tayo, you use now a different size factor, this should be equal to 1. So, you'll arrive at, same lang po ito ha, same po yan lahat. Ari lang po yung babaguhin. You arrive now at 27.2 KSI for your sigma n. Kaya nga lang, pag binago mo yun, your sigma e will follow. Okay? Same thing with your tau n. Saan po yung tau n natin? I-recompute din to find a different value of your tau e. Okay? So, you have to, again, substitute it to the general equation. The equivalent stress equation, and then you arrive at 2.69. Although you have the same, okay, commercially available size, but still, you have to show the computation na dapat nag-recompute po tayo. Okay? That is yung po yung proper na way ng kanyang pag-solve po or pag-design noong ating shaft. Okay? Therefore, you use 2 3/4 of an inch. Okay? Kasi hindi naman po natin sure na kapag nag-recompute tayo, you will yield the same answer. Okay? You will yield the same answer. Kung ang ginamit natin ay ibang size factor. Okay? Nagkataon lang po na ito, okay, yung hindi natin nire-compute at nung nagre-compute tayo using a different size factor, they arrive at the same, okay, commercially available size. Nakuha po ba? May question po. Hello? Nakuha po. Yan. So, sa unuhin nyo lang po is yung process. Okay? Ano yung process na gagamitin mo? Kasi sabi ko nga, this is more on procedural naman. Okay? Lamang nga, medyo mahaba yung magiging solution po natin. Okay? Lalo na po kapag ganito na siya ay variable. Okay? Variable and at the same time fluctuating yung kanyang type ng stress. Okay? So, ang mas magiging mahaba pa po dyan is when yung ating gumamit tayo ng definite life. Okay? Kasi dito, ang ginamit pa po natin dyan is indefinite. Okay? So, kung mas mahaba pa po, okay, you have to incorporate for it yung definite life basis naman. Okay? Okay, so you try to solve po on your own. Okay, you try to solve po on your own this problem. Okay, i-resolve nyo po para at and then huwag nyo titingnan yung solution dito, solve on your own para matutunan nyo yung procedure po na i-apply. And then you check your answer against the one written here. Okay? Nakuha po ang ibig ko sabihin? Okay. So, I'll stop na po my presentation. Yeah. I think Wednesday would be our next meet. Parang wala tayo din na parang holiday po yun. Okay? So, if you have there na lang po questions regarding this topic, edi paki-raise na lang din po sa GC po natin. Okay? So, you have po a lot of time to solve for our design works. Okay? So, alam nyo na po yan. Yan po yung requirements nyo. So, you make use of yung mga time po na wala tayong klase, mga ganyan po na para i-solve nyo po yung mga design works po. Okay? So, this is the last part po noong para sa based on loading. Okay? Shaft design based on the load. Okay? So, let us have our attendance check na po. Bukas muna po ako ng ating